Parapapam, parapapam. Pam. Paraparapam, pam. Ah, very, very nice. Here we are. Where am I? Where am I? I needed 4 screens, not only 2. Okay. Boom. Aha. If I smile, it becomes like this. Hey. Okay, so today will be a bit of a special stream because there has been a news today about Unreal Engine early access, and in particular they released the first version of Unreal 5, which in theory is a completely new architecture with new amazing capabilities which allow people to in theory we will say not care anymore about the number of triangles in a model. So what they say is that loading a model with 15 million polygons is the same as loading a normal model. So I don't know, but this is what they say, and this is what we're gonna check, right? So there is a video. I don't know if you want to see again the video. Maybe I will just go through some parts of it. No, not this. Maybe I will just go through some part of the video so that if you didn't see it, you can see it as well. Let me copy the link. Copy the link. Yes, it's this one. I think we can go here. It's actually a 15-minute video, so I'm not gonna look at it fully. Now, if you want to watch it, I posted it in our Discord. I can also post it here if you want. But yes, yes. So we can watch few pieces of it, maybe. And we can watch, well, the introduction is not...
Hi, I'm Chance Ivy, Senior Technical Designer at Epic Games.
And I'm Galen Davis, producer and evangelist for Quixel at Epic Games.
Last summer, we revealed the first look at what's coming in Unreal Engine 5, the next generation of our real-time technology, and our demo, Lumen in the Land of Nanite. Since then, the engine team has been working hard on preparing the tool.
Okay, so basically it is saying that they worked hard to prepare everything, and now the new alpha is out. And then he's saying that this this footage is captured on Xbox Series X, and they also, I think they have some pieces on PlayStation 5. So in theory, is compatible with those platforms. Now, yeah, I don't know.
When setting out to make our demo, we wanted to push the boundaries of what's possible with UE5 today.
Yeah, we don't care too much about this. So one thing that they are showing that we will test very soon is the UI. The UI is very different, as you can see. So they have some panels that appear
For
from
example,
the bottom.
the content browser can now be accessed like a drawer using hotkeys, allowing you to keep a clean workspace while still having access to all the content that you need.
You can drop object directly. Also, you have this menu on the right and such. Okay, so we will go through that. Also, they have the Quixel integration. So basically, at any time, you can access the Quixel data. Quixel, for the one of you that don't know, is...
You can see individual instances represented by different colors from swatch to swatch. Each instance in this environment contains around 1 to 2 million triangles, providing enough detail for the camera to roam with complete creative freedom.
So they are saying that each of these instances are using from 1 to 2 million polygons, right? which obviously is an insane amount if you think to the old standards, right? Then, okay, they have
more stable images than before, with quality approaching true native 4K at the cost of 1080p.
Yeah, so what he said is that they can basically reach then to this new technology the quality that is nearly 4K at a cost of 1080. So basically 4 times, you know, the quality with the same computing cost. That is what they say. Then I don't know. Here they speak about the day and night cycle.
Things like atmospherics, sun position, and fog. And for this example, we wanted a fully dynamic scene. No light baking and realistic interpolation between the different times of day. Of course, when in development, having access to high quality content that's easy to use helps.
So you can drop in an object directly from Quixel. This is what they show. They created this new connector, let's call it, which is called Bridge, Quixel Bridge, which allows to drag and drop
for
to
quickly
search
exporting
directly
assets in bulk directly into the engine, albeit separate from Unreal. Today, we're happy to announce that Bridge is now natively integrated directly into the engine UI. Now you can simply drag and drop assets directly into your scene for a more intuitive and connected experience. And simply logging in.
So yeah, so it's fully integrated with Quixel, which also has assets. Now don't get too excited because they don't have thousands of assets, but anyway, they have some assets, and you can integrate that way. Then there is something very interesting about word partitioning. So in PlaneShift, we use word composition, right? Word composition is a way to create very large words made of pieces, right? So made of submaps. So what they are saying is that instead of using submaps that you load separately, you basically have a grid in a single level that then you activate, you know, the pieces on and off.
Traditional world building workflows obsolete by changing the way that we think about map files. Rather than requiring artists to build out map content as a series of streaming levels, World Partition allows teams to think of a single map as one large world that gets broken down automatically into many smaller, streamable cells on a grid.
So the phrase that he just said is very, very important. So he said, instead of creating separate levels, you have one big level that is automatically split in cells, and you can decide in that level to load only a part of it as needed, which I think is very nice. It's very, very nice.
These cells can be selectively loaded or unloaded in the editor.
Now, the only problem I have is that I don't know if that will become one huge U asset, you know, that I have to check in every time of like 5 gigabytes. Because if you look at our maps, right? Each one has its own U asset file because they are actually separate levels. So I don't know exactly then how that is split. For example, the main city is 500 megabytes. Now here I deleted the other ones, but here there was a list of about 100 other or 90 other levels, right? Now if it's a single file, will become very hard to manage. I don't know exactly how it is managed. So this is something that we need to figure out, because obviously it's unmanageable if you have. But I think what they probably do it by what they call data layers. So they are layering on top of this level assets, lights, foliage, and other stuff, and maybe those are saved in separates. But let's continue.
To save on edit time resources, allowing artists to only load up the sections of the map that they need. On top of that, changes to actors in a world partition map are tracked at the actor level, not at the map level. This one file per actor approach empowers different team members to work on different actors in the same map without having to worry about their changes getting clobbered in a merge or having to revert to get someone else's edits.
This one I really didn't understand exactly what he said. So he said that resources are handled on a per actor level. So like if there is one file per each actor, I have no idea. I don't understand that. I don't know if they access, but we will see it soon because we have the engine and we can test it.
artist lighting, set dressing, and reworking the landscape simultaneously, all within the same virtual space. Cells in a user-defined radius from our player are loaded, and as we move, new cells are streamed in, while cells no longer needed are replaced by their lower resolution, hierarchical level of detail.
Okay, this thing about loading pieces of the environment it was already there, so you could already stream levels, and so now the difference is that they do it with this new concept of cells, and so they are loading or unloading cells as the character moves.
HLOD version. And since all projects have different requirements, the cell size and loading radius are fully configurable to match each project's content streaming needs. Another feature that comes along with World Partition is data layers. Data layers are a way to categorize map assets and collectively enable or disable them when you want to alter the state of the world. Working in data layers, a separate group of artists was able to assemble a mythical reimagination of the environment with more
Okay, I don't know if we really need this, but unless if you need to have like a day scene and a night scene, that they are very different from each other, and you want to keep them in the same area and be able to switch between one and the other, I think it may make sense. Even if here in the demo, they show basically a full widescreen. So this is the day scene, and then to switch to the night one, it goes completely.
Let's see this in action
white.
As we go back to Chance.
You see, so this is like a loading screen at the end. So
thanks, Galen. Many runtime and interact.
I don't know if it's done because it's just for the effect or. Then other stuff that is interesting that they show in the video is the motion warping. So basically, they show you that this character can jump over, a specific piece of the environment.
Leveraging motion warping, we were able to add notify states in the vault animation asset that can react to transform data passed into the motion warping system. So
basically, the engine calculates now what are the connection point of this particular block, and is changing the animation length and the jump and everything to match it. So if you have a box that is that big, she will jump on top of it. If you have a box that is smaller, she will still jump on top of it properly, right? So it is recalculating the animation, let's call them hook point or contact point on the fly, which is very interesting.
For triggering the vaulting animation, a blueprint script determines her rotation, how high up she jumps, how far she needs to move to get to the other side, and
you see, this one is the lower one, and the same animation has been used, and it looks pretty good.
Where her feet should land. Motion warping then adapts the root motion of the vault animation to match this data. Also, for the
then they have this 15 million guy, 15 million polygons guy.
Meet the Ancient, a film-quality creature imagined and built by our friends at the Aaron Sims Creative Company. We partnered with Aaron Sims and his group of talented artists to concept the Dark World and to bring it to life through an enormous mythical adversary. Now, every single animation for the Ancient was authored wholly in engine by the Aaron Sims creative team using Control Rig and Sequencer.
So this is very interesting because they say that the full animation, the full set of animation for this character has not been created outside with a motion capture or with anything else, but has been created inside the editor, right? Just by, obviously you need to have the rig, okay? So the model is rigged, so he has a skeleton, but then they are showing that the animation is created with the sequencer inside Unreal Editor. So in theory, you don't need anymore, a 3ds Max or a Maya or a Blender to generate the animation.
Our linear cinematic animation tool. Also, just to push the boundaries a bit, they even built it out of a collection of nanite meshes totaling over 50 million triangles attached directly to the skeleton.
So they say that Yeah, the total is 15 million triangles, and I don't know why he's saying they built nanite meshes, like if those meshes are different, so maybe you have to create them differently. So I don't know, because it's the first time I look at it, but maybe there are normal meshes and Unreal Engine 5 meshes. Okay, so I don't know.
Skeleton. Control Rig was designed to keep artists close to their creations without having to bounce back and forth between software packages, allowing them to quickly iterate, all inside Unreal. While imagining the battle between Echo and the Ancient, we wanted to give the creature a heavy laser attack that Echo would have to avoid. We needed it to track Echo's location in the arena and fire a slow, sweeping blast towards her.
Yeah, what he's explaining here is explaining that they added an additional animation target for this laser beam, which, by the way, looks insane in a stop motion like this. So everything looks insane, by the way, in terms of quality. But and so so this beam is tracking the character. Now I don't know if we really care about it, but so if she moves, in theory, that thing
taking
will move,
advantage of the full body IK solver mentioned
actually didn't, but that was the idea.
earlier. We were able to pass into Control Rig with composed of MMO.
Yeah, the other very interesting thing that they say, I mean, it's not something we will use immediately, but I think is interesting, is that they basically developed a mixer for the sounds which looks similar to the material editor. So a sound is not just anymore a wave that you put into an output, but you can actually create effect and mix things.
For authoring procedural game audio. With full audio synthesis capabilities and a rich audio function library, MetaSounds give unprecedented control over sound effects and runtime applications.
So basically, this graph, you know, is creating the sound, going through this, like if you are creating an animation, right? You are creating a sound. So maybe it's adding additional samples, is adding some effects, some echo, some warping, some whatever. And at the end, there is the end result.
Using MetaSounds, we built the Ancient's laser attack out of a combination of sound samples and synthesized audio. Let's briefly break down.
Now, I mean, the funny thing is that, you know, to produce that sound, you know, when you produced it, I would just save it as a wave and play it, right? Because thinking that your computer needs to execute this monster thing at runtime just to produce the sound is a bit scary. But, you know, what is the good thing is that maybe you want to have one of these parameters driven by the position of the character or driven by the strength of the weapon or something else, right? And so in that case, you will be able to plug it in, and this can be parameters. So say the advantage of this system is to have parameters that can really drive the sound.
Down how it was set up. Using the stereo mixer, let's isolate and play just the synthesized charge sound. This effect is made by using a handful of sound wave generators and multiple modulation widgets. Now, let's mix back in our sound samples to hear the final result again. Alright, let's take down the Ancient.
Okay, there are just some visual effect to kill the guy that you can see later on. Okay, so this is basically it. Then they say that it's early access, that obviously is not productive yet, and they expect a production release at the beginning of 2022. This is what they say at the end of the video. But yeah, I think it's great. So we can test it. To test it, you can just go into your Epic Launcher and select a specific release, which is 5.0.0 Early Access 1, which again is a very early version of the engine, but anyway, it's available, and download it. I don't know how big it is because I can check, but I just downloaded it, so it finished downloading before the stream. It is what I wanted to do, and let me just check if I go under games. I put it under games. I don't know why, but anyway, I put it here. Let's check how big it is, just for fun. It's calculating. 20 giga. 25. 30. 35, 36. So it's 36 gigabytes. Consider that this one is the compiled version, so it's not the source files that you compile yourself, right? So it's the distribution, I think. Okay, so I think we can launch it, but maybe before launching it, let's just check a bit the directory structure, because I want to see how it differs from the Unreal Engine 4, right? So engine binaries is still there. Engine binary Win64 is still there. So let's see if we have our let's see which executables we have. We have a build patch tool, crash reporter, live coding, shader compiler. So these names are all the same, as the icon has changed, by the way. Unreal Editor, Unreal Editor CMD, Unreal Editor front end, Insight, Lightmass. So all those are pretty much the same names that we are used to in Unreal Engine 4. By the way, this is the first time I opened this directory, so I never seen it before. So this looks familiar, let's say. This looks familiar. Then there is a build directory, there is a config directory. Okay, config directory also looks familiar. So you have a base init file, base engine, base game, Windows Engine. So seems to be fairly similar. And then we have a content directory. Content maybe we can see directly inside the engine. Hopefully, if it runs. Then we have an intermediate where we have the build, we have the plugin directory, programs, shaders, and source. At the moment, I think source is empty or not. No, it seems not. So we also have the source here. Yeah, it seems that we have the source as well. Okay, nice. And that's it. So I think we can launch it and see what happens. It's the first time I click on this button, boys. Prerequisites. Okay, he's probably installing prerequisites. Maybe I should close the Unreal Engine 4. Could be a good idea. He's saying prerequisites. I don't know if he's downloading something. No. I don't know. It says prerequisite. Does it mean that he's installing prerequisites, or he needs me to do something? Okay, he downloaded the prerequisite setup, which I hope he doesn't fuck up my version 4. Hello, Tua. Good evening. By the way, I didn't greet anyone, I guess. Hello, IT Dandy. Hello, Serpent. I saw there was other people before. Hula. Hello, Hula. Hello, Marcelum. Hello, Tua. So he's still saying prerequisite. I think he's installing something. I think he's installing. Let me see if we go by CPU. Maybe we can catch it. No. No. But I'm pretty sure he's doing something. So I think we should let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You see that my mouse is becoming like a hourglass? Yeah. He was actually starting. Okay. Oops. What? I don't know. I closed the task manager and the window disappeared, but I think it's starting anyway. I have the feeling that something is happening because I'm at 100% CPU and my anti-malware is getting very upset. Like if there is new stuff running. Okay, the editor is running. There it is. Do you want to open an existing Unreal 4 project? Yes, obviously we want. I don't know if it's converting it in place. I hope not, because this one in particular, I don't have anywhere. You know what? We are going to copy it and then we are going to convert it, okay? Because I don't want to fuck up that particular project. See Unreal projects. We have this Draken plane. So let's take the Draken plane and let's duplicate it. Okay, so I will copy, paste it. And it's about 1.5 giga. So we are testing, if you just joined, we are testing Unreal Engine 5 early access, which has been released today, actually like 4 hours ago. And I downloaded it. So let's call it Draken Plane EU5. Right? It's kind of scary to have a directory that is named EU5 already. But yeah, let me launch it again because I want to see if it detects the new thingy. And you see there is a tab EU4 and there is a tab EU5 now. How do I launch it? From here. Okay, we're going to launch it again. And then we are going to load. Okay, this is the new splash screen. It's starting fairly quick though. Draken plane. Is that Draken plane U5? It's this one. Draken plane U5. Okay. So we're going to open it and see what happens. This project was made with a different version of Unreal Engine. Opening with this version, the editor may prevent opening with the original editor. Okay, at least they tell you, but yes, we already did a copy, so we recommend you open a copy to avoid damaging the original. More options. Convert in place. Okay. We will convert it in place because we already copied it, so. What are the system requirements? I don't know. I don't even know the system requirement of EU4. So we don't know. We will see. I mean, system requirement really depends on which level you are loading. Oh, wow. The UI is completely different. Holy shit. New content drawer. Control plus space. Summon the content browser in collapsible drawer. Okay, which is this thing. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think I like it. I think it's a very good idea. It gives you more space to work on in the middle. So at the moment, this I really like. I'm pressing Control Space to bring it in, and now maps, main world, Draken plane. Okay, let's try to open this map and see what happens. Compiling shaders, 1002. Project file is out of date. Would you like to update it? I would say update it. Okay, so we actually officially converted this level to Unreal Engine 5. The compiling shader is here at the bottom. I think you cannot see it. Wait, I'm moving the chat. Yes, it's down there, if you see, at the bottom right. And the level is starting to appear. It looks pretty much okay compared to what we had in the version In the version 4, our particle seems to be working. This guy looks slightly less purple, if I have to say, but maybe still compiling shaders. So those effects looks pretty much the same. This door looks pretty much the same. Okay, still compiling shaders anyway, about 700 left. Navigation seems to be the same. Camera speed, other navigation seems to be the same. Is a bit nicer, I would say, in terms of, or anyway, different. I don't know if nicer, but anyways, slightly different in terms of menus. I can kind of find myself in this thing, so they didn't change the position, you know, of the menus, luckily, so you don't have to relearn everything. There is this strange create that I don't know what is it. Content, blueprints, list of world blueprint available to user for editing and creation. Okay, yeah, it's the blueprint menu. So open blueprint, cinematics, activate selected mode, activate landscape editing, foliage editing. Okay, so this was at the top in the, I mean, it's similar anyway, it's very similar. The icons are different, but the position are pretty much the same. Let me check project settings while is still recompiling shaders. Project setting looks pretty much the same. Map and models. Yeah, anyway, is familiar. Okay, all of this is familiar. Maybe Chaos Solver was not here, I don't remember, but input action mappings. The font is smaller, so I don't know if you will look at it in a smaller screen, but okay. I don't know if you can change it, but the font is, you see the text is smaller than the tooltip. I mean, I can read it, but it's a bit annoying, I would say, at these sides, but maybe there is a way to, you know, to change the editor preferences. Yes, appearance. There is a dark theme, and then probably you have the font somewhere. I don't know where. Appearance should be here in theory, but anyway, font size of the output log. I don't know if you can change it here, but color vision, normal vision, color vision severity, color vision correction, snap side, background brush, image size. Okay, anyway, it seems there is only the log font size, but I mean, I'm okay with the sides. I mean, I can read it like this. Just is slightly smaller than before. Have you found a new part to let you working on just as no, not yet, but we will see. We will see. I just want to see if this thing is playing, right? In terms of play, you have pretty much the same stuff. So you have play in selected viewport, play in mobile, play in new editor window, standalone and simulate. So it's the same thing. Number of player, net mode, standalone, listen, server and client. This is exactly the same. So they didn't change much. The level seems to be working okay. Now let's see if the physics are working as before. Yes, here we have some physics that is basically pushing us up. This, the door opened. This guy looks more pink than purple. Definitely. I have a screenshot of this guy, and I don't know if there's a way it is rendered or but it was less pink than that. Basically, the idea is that you have this door that is blocking you, and if you go up there, the door is going to open, and so you can go here and go through, and then it's closing just behind you, and if you go here, it's opening again. That sound is not bad. So yeah, it's pretty much working. Okay, at least this level is a very simple level. It's only blueprints. It doesn't have much else. Let me see the console. The console is still here. What is it? Stats FPS? I always forget it. Stat FPS, yes. We are at 120 FPS at the moment. Okay, let's see if there is... So basically this conversion of level worked fine. Now, we need to remember this content browser thingy. So let me see if I can open up some of the blueprint. Okay, just to like the door, for example. The door, I think, adds some... Okay, so this is a blueprint. You can drag. Okay, so it's the same management we had before. These are our blueprints. We can zoom in and out in the same way. Didn't we have some logic here or not? No, probably we had some logic in the triggers, not in the doors themselves. So if I go here, the symbol is slightly different. Okay. Yeah, the blueprint looks pretty much identical. So they didn't change that. This menu is slightly different. This menu is slightly different. I mean, just the font is different. The stuff here is pretty much the same. If I right click and search, it's pretty much the same. I don't know why, but it seems to me that everything is a bit smaller than usual. I mean, I don't know. Maybe just because it's more black. But it seems that things are slightly smaller than usual. Okay, let's see if there is a. I don't know if there is a demo. I mean, that level that we saw, right? In the video, is it something that we can open or not? Download the early access the source code. I guess that we're online learning. Sample project showcase. Oh my God. Okay, the showcase is 100 gigabytes. So definitely I cannot download it now. I mean, I can download it, but not now. It will take quite some time to download it. So that example is 100 gigabytes. Okay, so the valet, the monster, and the lady, 100 gigabytes. Holy shit. I can click on get the sample, but yeah, it's downloading it. I don't think we can do it now because it will. Isn't there a simpler example of that? Let me just check one thing. If I want to create a new no, let's say inside one of our actors, right? Inside one of our actors. Let me see if there is a nanite. No, eh? So static mesh is still a static mesh. Okay. There is hierarchical instance set static mesh and instance static mesh and static mesh. No, because I wanted to check if, but I don't think there is any example. We can start a new project and see if there is any, but I don't think they have put into it the nanite stuff. But wait, but what we can do, just for fun, what we can do, we can say, okay, there is this Quixel thingy, right? So where is the Quixel thingy? Content browser, Quixel bridge. Okay, let's go on Quixel bridge. Let's go on Quixel bridge, and on Quixel bridge, let's import a mesh. 3D assets, yes. For example, nature, and we go for environment, right? Like, I don't know, I hope these one are big enough. What happened? It disappeared. I know, is it? Massive Nordic coastal cliff. I don't know if I can see the... should I be able to drag and drop it? That was the idea, no? Maybe I need to sign in first. I don't remember. I sign in with Epic Games. I think so. I think I use my email. And the Epic password. That's a good question. Let me check it 1 second. Okay. Okay. No. I don't remember if I changed it or not. Until it's correct. Maybe I mistyped it. Please click on each map containing a motor bus. A motor bus. Probably. Click on the image containing a motor bus. Holy shit. Okay. Now I should be signed in, so I can actually download this thing. Okay, so now I think I can drag and drop it. Ah. Okay, I did it. Okay. Is this thing. Which kind of... It's fairly low polygon though. I mean, not super low poly, but it's relatively low poly. I don't know, it was called a massive coastal cliff. I was expecting a bit more from a massive coastal cliff, but right? I was expecting a bit more from a massive. Yes, the collision is not set. The quality of the texture is okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay. It's okay. Latest assets, Nordic beach rock formation, 3D assets. When you, I don't know if when you download it, if you have medium quality. So I can select the quality. Yeah, but the integration is very nice anyway. I mean, having the ability to drag and drop assets from Quixel. Okay, maybe at the moment there are not a million assets, but anyway, I see it as a nice feature, you know, as a nice thing to have. Now we are downloading in medium quality. We can try to increase the quality and see. So there is not million of polygons. Okay, so there is, I don't know, 5,000 or whatever. I have no idea, but let's try to download. So medium quality, high quality, Nanite. Ah, you see? So you have the Nanite quality. You have the Nanite quality. Okay, so let me try the high quality first of this guy. It will take a bit to download it, I guess. And then we will try the Nanite quality, which is in theory the one with millions of polygons, right? That should just run without any problems. Hello, Almark. Welcome. This game always been a secret? Yes. No one knows it, but it's here. Well, it's not true that no one knows it, because actually we have more than 500,000 registered accounts, but during the years, I mean, in many years, but okay, so this is the medium quality, this is the high quality, and we will see how much time it takes to pop up. I don't know if he placed it maybe down there. No. Yes, he did. He placed it down here. So let's put it next to this one so that we see it next to each other, right? And so we have a sense. In theory, the texture should be better, the geometry should be better. Now the light that we have is not really the best. I don't know where the light is coming from. I think it's coming from here. So actually, if we want to see them in a good way, we should probably delete that one and put it like this. So we are in a place that we can kind of walk. Yeah, we have some invisible walls, so yeah, the quality of the texture is already much better. And I would say the wireframe, yes, here the wireframes start to be like, at least for UE4, not anymore a usable asset. Okay, this for UE4 is a stupid asset to have, right? So we don't want to have an asset like this. Maybe for UE5 is all nice, but okay, so this one is displaying fine. This one is displaying kind of fine. Yes, no collision at the moment. I'm not really a fan of these textures, but anyway, it's looking good. Okay, so now is the time to put in, I don't know how big it will be, but now is the time to put in the Nanite asset, right? So we'll make a bit of a space, and I'm going to the bridge, and I'm selecting Nanite quality. Nanite is the new engine. Is the new rendering engine, which in theory allows to use assets with millions of polygons without any trouble. As you can see, it's taking time to download, but not even an insane amount. Then I would like to see how big is the asset. Because, yeah, I mean, obviously millions of polygons. I mean, even if the engine is capable of rendering it, you will still have the issue then of memory and disk space, right? So if for every rock, I don't know how big is this rock, but we will see it soon. Let me see where he's putting the, while he's downloading, I want to see where is putting this stuff. Okay, is importing under Megascan. So we can then go and check how big LOD3, LOD0, 2K. The textures are 2K, which is, I mean, not too high. I mean, it's good, but I mean, not crazy. It's still downloading. So for one rock, yeah, because they show the drag and drop, you know, drag and drop in 1 second, but actually you have to download the stuff. So it's not exactly that immediate, but %70. 70%. 77. But anyway, if the demo level is 100 gigabytes, man. The demo level is basically only canyons, the lady, and the monster, right? 100 gigabytes. 100 gigabytes. So basically one game will be, I mean, a full game with that quality will be 2 or 3 terabytes, right? Hello, Gian. We are testing Unreal Engine 5. Okay, in theory downloaded it. Let me try to put it here. The Nanite version. Boom. Preparing textures, preparing static meshes. Okay. Show me how much time it takes you to prepare. Holy shit. Okay. In theory, something should appear here. In theory. Sooner or later. Sooner or later. Is still preparing the mesh. I have no idea how many polygons there are there, but yeah, potentially millions. It's still preparing. It's still preparing. Still preparing. Is using not too much the GPU, is using mostly the CPU for whatever reason. Okay, it appeared. It appeared, boys. So this is a Nanite mesh. I don't know, I'm a bit excited, you know. to see it in the editor and being able to move it. And now I will go to wireframe. Holy shit. The question is why, you know? The question I have is why? Why you should ever do this? Why you should ever do this? Why? But anyway, it's here. We dragged it in. No problem. We dragged it in. The texture is shit, but the model is insane. No, the texture is not shit. The texture is good. Texture is good. The problem is that is fully mapped, you know. And fully mapped obviously means that the quality in a single part is not that high, but I imagine if I do collision complex as simple, does the engine explode or what? So let me see this guy. This guy is this guy, yeah? This guy is the... they have like crazy names, but... they have like crazy names. One is called high, another is called low. LOD 0, LOD. So high is the Nanite version. Okay, let me see how big is this thing. Just for fun, huh? Just for fun. Just for fun, I want to see under content, megascans, 3D asset. So the high version is 160 megabyte. What hardware are you using? I'm using a GTX 2070, and I'm using a CPU Intel i7 that is not too new. It's a 6800K, and I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, and an Asus Strix. Holy shit, the diffuse texture in 8K of 300 and 100 megabyte. Holy shit, 311 megabyte. Only the diffuse, because the normal map is another 300 megabyte. Just in case, you know, just in case was not enough. Is this thing using that? Is this thing using? Yeah, it's using it. It's using it. Holy shit. Holy shit, the weight of that thingy. Well, actually it looks okay. I have 60 FPS. Okay. No problem. No problem, boys. We are gonna duplicate it 100 times. and see what happens. No, wait. I can take this wall 3 and duplicate them all together. And duplicate them all together. Anyway, to me, the question remains why. Remains why you want to do something like this. Why would you ever want to do that? Why? Okay. I have 18 FPS. I have 18 FPS, boys. But is there a Nanite switch that I have to trigger to actually make him render differently? Maybe yes. Maybe there is a switch to do this. Nice. Without lights is 30 FPS. With lights is 18 FPS. But I have no idea if I need to. So obviously it's unusable. I mean, you know, we placed like 6 clips and it started to be unusable, right? Completely unusable. I mean, obviously we have, yes, texture of 300 megabyte each per layer, which is ridiculous. Create assets once and it still look good 5 years later. No, in 5 years from now you will have, yeah, maybe, I don't know. But no, but the question is, where is the trick, you know? Where is the trick? So how do I enable? So Nanite, enable Nanite rendering. I don't know. Is there a way to, or is doing it already? Do you think it's doing it already? No one knows. Only they know. Only they know. Unreal Engine 5 Nanite Tech can easily render 1 million high poly objects at 60 FPS. I mean, in my experiment, it's only 6 objects and it's 19 FPS, but okay. 16 billion triangles. Holy shit. Gion, do you know how to enable Nanite thing? No. I mean, if you have to build a level or if you have to trigger, well, we can try, because this example to me is enough, you know, to I can go in the project setting and see if there is a Nanite thingy. No. Maybe you open a U4 project. Yeah, I open a U4 project and I converted it. Okay, that's fair. I understand that. That's fair. So I can create a new project. That's kind of fair. So I can create a fully new Unreal Engine 5 project. So I can select games. I don't know if there is any other blank camera, Archivis, HoloLens, Collab. Now these are pretty much the same that we had before. So I create I don't see any Nanite thingy, but I can create a third-person target platform desktop quality preset, maximum or scalable. No, I want maximum. Blueprint, yes. Starter content. Okay, we will call it. No. See user documents. No, please. We go in C Unreal Projects, and we will call it EU5 test. EU5 test, right? The editor is starting very fast, though. That's a good news. Project file is out of date. What do you mean project file is out of date? You just created it. But, okay. He updated it. His own example is out of date. Okay. Okay. Fine. Content, Quixel Bridge. Let me see if the second time is better. I don't know if there is a recent assets, but anyway, I was under 3D assets, nature. Oops. 3D assets, nature, rocks, cliffs, or beach. No, I think I went beach. No? How do I go back? How do I go one back? No. Okay. Okay, I don't, you don't go back. Yes, it's this one, Nordic beach formation. Quality, Nanite quality. If I drag and drop it, boom. Okay, it doesn't download it again, which is nice. So I think he knows that he downloaded it already once. That's a very good news. And we have it here. Okay. And we take it and we move it to a location where we like it. And then we save everything and we play. And then we stat FPS. I'm at 35. Looking at this guy, I'm at 35. The sample project works well for you. So you downloaded 100 gigabyte of useless stuff. Okay. No, I mean useless, no. But okay, let me try to do something. Let me take this asset just for fun because I want to break it. And let me try to do collision complex to simple. Use complex collision as simple. I'm clicking on this. So if we don't see each other again, boys, it's been nice meeting you. I clicked it. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. He took it. It didn't take even too much time. It didn't even took too much time, actually. I was thinking it would completely crash my system. Because I think it's a very bad idea to do that on a Nanite project. I think it's a very bad idea. But you know, just for fun, we do it. Okay, let me play now. It starts to suffer a bit. But now we have precise collision of this thing. Right? Precise collision. Download is 100 gigabyte. This is what it says, but it will take me quite a bit to... I mean, for sure the quality is insane. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not, but you know. But still, I am at 26 FPS. That's my problem. With one. Okay? With one guy. If I duplicate it 3 times, I'm at 15 FPS. With a GTX 270. Which, okay, is not the best video card existing, obviously, but it's not a bad video card, right? I don't know if he convinced me. I don't know if he convinced me, but Nanite examples. Let me see if there is a smaller example. No, I have to search Unreal Engine, otherwise we go for nanotechnology, Nanite technology. Unreal Engine revealed. If I look at Unreal, I don't think there is any at the moment, because there is only that one, this Valley of the Ancient. So you downloaded it and it runs okay for you. How many FPS you have? Unreal Engine Nanite 5 sounds significantly simpler when you realize it only works for static geometry. Well, if it works for static geometry, is insane anyway. So, yeah. So I don't know if there is something I need to enable, or there is, I mean, for sure I can download the example, but if I start the, can you show the GPU graph? Yes, I can. The problem is that when I go in Task Manager, it's not really rendering, you know, properly. So I need to do this way. Yeah, if I put them like this, then probably is a bit better, because otherwise, if you are not in the window, yeah, GPU is 99%. GPU is here, is 99%. So he's using all he can, right? He's using all he can of the 2070. I mean, it runs like shit, but I don't want to say it because maybe the Unreal Engine people will not be happy. I mean, but obviously it runs. I mean, did you see the freaking wireframe view? Look. Look at the wireframe view. I mean, it's insane in terms of quality. I don't think anyone would ever need this quality, right? But obviously, if you can have it at the same performance of... So basically, I don't understand how it works. Even if you delete the mesh, it will take 90% GPU. Well, I mean, yes, 99% GPU is trying to do its best. You know, you can limit the FPS. So you can, if you have a smaller level, I don't know, where you only have 1 instead of 5, you know, for example, now it's going at 98 GPU. But now if I look at the other direction, it's going like at 86. Right? But I can limit the FPS. So I can say max FPS, I don't know, 30 or 60, right? So now I go at 60, and now my GPU, as you can see, I have 60 FPS, but my GPU is at 50%, right? If I look in this direction, my GPU goes at 100%. So you see, and it doesn't reach 60 FPS, it reaches only 42, right? So for what I see, all normal, right? All as expected. So I don't see the Nanite power, but maybe it's not enabled. I mean, maybe there is something that I need to do to enable it. Maybe I just need to read the documentation, you know? Maybe we just need to go there and read how to do it. Can you toggle Nanite visualization? I have no idea how to do it. Welcome to early access. Okay. Let me see if there is any... If there is any... is opening this. There's one real check out the Unreal Twitch page for blah, 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 blah. If you have to make blah, 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 blah. Where blah, 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 blah. Release notes 84 resources. There are resources. There are resources. Yeah, because the GPU, your GPU will always try to use the maximum it can, okay, when you are in game. So it's normal that it's using 100%, unless you limit the FPS. Because when you are inside a game, you want the maximum performance. So the engine is trying to use it all it can. Overview, key features, early access, resources. Okay. Freedom to create. Get the freedom to fidelity, flexibility to create next generation game. Okay. Okay. Game-changing fidelity. You will be able to bring incredibly immersive and realistic gaming experience with groundbreaking feature. Build bigger world. Think big, really big. You have the tools, assets you need to... Okay. Made by creators. Key feature, Nanite. Create a game with massive amount of geometric detail. With virtualized micro polygon geometry system. Directly import film quality source art. Anything from ZBrush. Nanite intelligently streams and processes only the detail you perceive. Largely removing poly count. Okay, bro, but I understand. Importing from bridge will not turn on Nanite by default. Yeah, do you know... Hello, Chen, by the way. Hello, Harry. Welcome. Do you know how to turn it on? So that's basically what I need. Resources, documentation, information at your fingerprints. Okay. UE5 early access quick start, 1 hour and 30. Maybe we need to do this, you know, because otherwise, if we are just trying without knowing, if you are completely new to Unreal Engine, this is a great place to start. It's because Matt will introduce you the tools and what you need to get up and running with your first UE5 project. No, but I mean, yes and no, but for developers familiar with Unreal Engine, this course helps you to move from UE4 to UE5. 20 minutes. Unreal Engine content, sample projects use case, you feature meta-human. I think I have this question. I think this one is probably the best, no? This upgrading too early. Because yes, I imported with the bridge, with the Quixel bridge, an asset. It was Nanite, right? Nanite quality, which means like God quality, like insane quality. 20 minutes. Hello, Matthew Wadstein. Matthew Wadstein? Isn't Matthew Wadstein the one of Matthew Wadstein? Yes, it's this guy. Is the guy of these tutorials? Because the name was known to me. He's the guy that is making these tutorials. He made 1 million of these tutorials, right? Were very good. Very, 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 very good tutorials. Very, very, very good. Okay, so he probably got hired by Epic or something, or they just asked him to do the tutorial, maybe? I don't know. But it's pretty nice to see. Okay, overview. In this goes to much was introduced the change Demonstrate how to upgrade existing product. Editor changes, number of tips and tricks, and the say to get speak quickly in this line. Now technical design change. Okay. I hope he explained the thing that everyone wants to know, you know? Because everyone wants to know one thing. How do I render billions of polygons on my machine? So oh my god, why it doesn't trust me? Please click and containing a bicycle. Bicycle. I don't know this one. I don't understand what is it. This is not, yeah, bicycle. Bicycle. Why doesn't trust me? For some reason it doesn't trust me. Upgrading Real Engine Early Access. Start this course. Yes, we do it. Let's see if the voice is the same, because I think that then tomatoes. I mean, it should be that one, right? This course was made for an early access version. All content features are subject to change.
Hello, my name is Matthew Weinstein.
Yeah, it's the same voice. Hello, it's the same voice. It's the same guy.
Welcome to the Unreal Engine 4 to 5 Quick Start. This course has been designed to help you with the transition from 4 to 5. We're going to show you how to open an existing project, walk you through any of the changes to the user interface, and briefly touch on other features. As this is a quick start from 4 to 5, we're going to assume you know how to use the basics of Unreal Engine 4.
We do.
And we're not going to be covering those.
Nice.
On my screen, I have the Meerkat demo in Unreal Engine 4.26. We can see that here. And everything works as expected, but now I want to open it up in the early access for 5. Well, how do we do this? I'm going to close down our project since we don't want our project open. And here we can see the project browser for Unreal Engine 5, and I have a few projects we can see here. What we want to do is go to the More tab.
It's already different. They redid the project browser since this video, I guess.
This will open up our browser that actually gives us access to a Browse button at the bottom. We click on Browse. It's going to ask us, okay, what project do we want to open up?
Okay, man.
In my case,
thank you. Okay, let's skip
conversion.
this part because convert in place. Okay, it's doing that.
Engine. You may not have the
Very
folder
nice.
and appended 5.0 at the end of it, or the engine version. We all user interface changes.
I don't think I really need this though, because user interface changes. Okay, but who cares? Main toolbar changes, content browser changes, engine changes. I mean, it's not stuff that I need.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick look.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go and oh wait, maybe in this chapter
An
it's going to say
overview at some important changes between Unreal Engine, the best estimate. The legacy tone mapper will be completely removed in early access. It's actually hardware tessellation. Nanite will probably not work on characters or deforming objects. Cascade will. As you can see here in the documentation page, there is
wow,
and a conversion path.
Cascade is deprecated. Conversion path will be available. Yeah, we tested the conversion to Niagara of some of our particles, and it was working fine actually. Because we have like 100 particles made in Cascade. I don't want to remake from scratch.
Path will be made available. As you can see here in the documentation page, Matinee is going to be full documentation on the website. Matinee, and 5.x.
Matinee,
it's being made obsolete by site that you can see here. Matinee has been removed in 5.0.
We didn't use it.
If you don't have this, also to go along with the tool itself, for editing, you can still create VSP basic shape. Will be found on your toolbar at the top. This to before here. If you don't have access to the mesh editing tool mode, it is a plugin. You can find the modeling under window, and you'll find the take recorder plugin, as well as a page which we can bit. So most projects do themselves. And
so I mean, let me search 1 second. EU5 plugins, Nanite. Doesn't exist, huh? So it's not a plugin anyway. No, because it triggered me to
and the
say-
MetaSound sources. If we open them up, if you've used audio obsolete by the AS
legacy system, physics, platforms. Standardizing the names. Okay. Fuck. So I need to change the update. Update for Visual Studio. 2015 deprecated. Okay, we don't care.
with 2019.
No, but this
and
guy is
more than
not
likely
telling
these
us-
may change, and these are just the best estimates.
It's not telling us what we want. Maybe we can go in Unreal Engine, in Unreal Slackers and ask, like, hey guys, there is an Unreal Engine channel, right? Unreal Engine, 5 channel, I guess. Nanite, there it is. There is a channel dedicated to Nanite, which is very active at the moment. Let me see if there is anyone. It's going very fast. Nanite is great if you're doing rocks. I'm trying to read back to see if someone asked the same question, but seems not, strangely enough. Let me ask the question. Hello guys. Hello guys. Sorry if the question has been asked already. Sorry if the question has been asked already. I created a new level from template, added 3 nanite rocks, and now I have 15 FPS. So how to enable the nanite power? So that's basically the question, right? So that's the question we have. Let's see if someone is answering. You have to right-click the mesh in the content browser and convert to Nanite. Bro, it was already a Nanite mesh, I guess, but let's see. Okay. That's an answer. That's an answer. We need to right-click in the content editor, in the content browser. Is this one, right? Let me just be sure that we are clicking on the right one. Yes. Right-click. Nanite. Enable. Enable support for Nanite on the selected meshes. Okay. Waiting for static mesh to be ready. 0 out of 1. Okay, I right-clicked on the mesh in the content browser. Now, Nanite, and then Nanite enable. Nanite enable. Let me just take a screenshot so I give it to the guys. Let me test with this. Okay. So now in theory, this guy has been Nanite enabled. Very nice. Let me save it. Now it disappeared from view. So in wireframe, it doesn't exist anymore, which I guess makes sense. You see, in wireframe doesn't exist anymore. Okay. And now I play. And now I have 60 FPS. This is impressive. This is actually impressive. Okay. Okay, I don't know what he did to the mesh. I have no idea what he did to the mesh. But basically, I don't care. He can do whatever he wants to the mesh. He can do what he wants to the mesh. Now we're gonna do this. Now we're gonna do this. My friends, there is hope. There is hope. Now we're gonna do this. We have 6. We have 6. We're gonna click on play. He's struggling a bit, but not that much. We have 60 FPS anyway. I don't know, for whatever reason we have 20 only in a specific angle. We have like, if we go from the top, it seems that is the visual quality the same? No, the question is if the visual quality is the same or not. That I have no idea. But that did it. That actually did it. Sometimes I have some milliseconds in which I have like 20 FPS, but it's very, very... Hello, Clara. Welcome. News about modeling and control rig. Yeah, I didn't check that yet, but hello, Piotrek. How do you like the engine so far? I might say that I'm disappointed. Why you're disappointed? I mean, we need to learn it and learn how to use it. No? So, but basically this proves that if you convert the mesh to Nanite, it actually does something. Consider it's an early access, you know, version 0001. So the fact that it works is already good. So they plan to have the production version early 2022. So it's probably at least 6 months, 8 months, 10 months from now. So so I think it's not bad. I know, I'm very impressed by the fact that when you right click, the only issue I have, boys, is that now that I right click on this thing, right, and in theory I converted it to Nanite something, is my file any smaller? I don't think so. Right? Is my file... Wait, we are not in the right project. No, my file is not any smaller. So consider that for that one rock, for that one, can you check the size of the rock now? Yeah, exactly what I'm doing. So for that one rock, we have 1 gigabyte of files. 1 gigabyte, okay? So if you go under, for one rock, if you go under planeshift.it and you click on download now, you can get a full game for 1 gigabyte. You see, it's exactly 1 gigabyte. And now you get this rock for 1 gigabyte. You see the jump? You see the jump? So be ready to buy very large discs, okay? That sucks. No, but maybe when packaged, I mean, I'm joking a bit because we have no knowledge of this, so we should not really take any You know, you should not really take any conclusion or draw any conclusion on anything at the moment, because it's just, you know, we are exploring, we are not doing things right in any possible way, right? So maybe when packaged, maybe when packaged, it will be smaller. I don't know. We can try to package it if we want, but and see what happens. But in theory, consider also that we are using 8K textures at the moment. Okay, 8K texture. So these textures are insane, not just normal, are insane. Right? These textures, you can zoom in as much as you want, and they are still good, right? Now, they are built in this stupid way with no tiling, so they are, I mean, in theory they are perfect, but in practice they suck. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, the conversion to Nanite mesh is kind of interesting. Nanite enabled, Nanite disabled. Then you have level of detail, import LOD. But can I convert to Nanite even this shit? You know, like this. If I take this and I say Nanite enable, yes, you can do it. Obviously, it makes no sense, but right, it will make no sense. Also because there is a basic engine asset, but the Nanite meshes are compressed when packaged. Okay. But I think that the point, to me, the point is, or you are a very, very lazy person, where lazy means that you want to get, you know, the Google Maps or whatever, you want to get a cloud of points 3D scanned, and then you just want to put into the engine because you are lazy, you don't want to reduce it, you don't want to use the decimate or any other way to reduce geometry, right? And so since you are so lazy, you say, yes, I have this model in millions of polygons. And by the way, does it tell you how many polygons is it if I open it? 3 millions. No, 2 millions. 2 million triangles. 2 million triangles. Holy shit. At the moment, this thing is 2 million triangles. Or, no, what I was saying, or you are a very lazy graphical artist and you say, oh, what the fuck, I have this supermodel in ZBrush, I don't want to reduce it. Or, you know, I think you can produce, you know, a rock that looks pretty much identical to this one, which is like at least 1,950,000 polygons less, right? So why you would like to do this? Why would you like to do this? But anyway, it's very impressive. This looks kind of scary. Yeah, it looks scary because, you know, the artist will come to you and say, hey, I have this 100 gigabyte introduction level that I made. Can I give it to you? I say, yeah, well, give it to me, but we have to make a whole world. And no, I'm sorry, I cannot make the rest of the world because it will be like about 10 terabytes. And so 10 terabytes, I have to buy a new disk and I don't know how to send it to you. Don't get me wrong, Nanite is awesome, but as a lighting artist, I was mostly focused on Lumen. You are a lighting artist, nice. Looks kind of scary. Yeah, the other thing that is interesting is the... You want to see, someone was mentioning the control rig and all that stuff. The problem is that I have zero knowledge on how to use it, so I cannot really help you. I mean, I cannot really show you or demonstrate, you know, how it works, because I don't know how to use it. So I'm sorry for that. I mean, we can learn it in... Now, the thing that I wanted to check, but I think we need to download the example. There is no way. We need to download the example, which is 100 gigabytes, and then we can dissect the example, you know, to see how it's made. I think that's the best starting point. The problem is that example is 100 gigabytes, and if I launch it now, it will arrive tomorrow. So, well, tomorrow, let's say in a few hours, but not by the end of the stream, not before the end of the stream. So I can start to download it, but it will take a lot of time. I downloaded the engine at least. Unreal projects, we can put it under we can put it under Unreal projects and value of the ancients. Yes, create. Now download queued. I don't know how many people worldwide are actually downloading this thing. I don't know how their servers are gonna react, you know, to thousands and thousands of people downloading 100 gigabytes of stuff. Is there a detail of how much? No. The compression rate is about 8 times, so 8 times smaller meshes. Yeah, but I think it's a bit like MetaHuman, you know. MetaHuman is incredible, but, you know, before using it in a game, maybe using it for rendering, for movies, for cinematics, yes, but for everything else, I don't know. Let me see if they changed anything in the create new landscape. Let me see if they changed anything new, for example, here in the landscape creation. A 15 megabyte rock. And Nanite Skyrim will be much for my 2019 PC. Yeah. But it seems to be working okay anyway, because actually, you know, without Nanite, 6 rocks were bringing my PC to 14 FPS. That is exactly, no, actually they are 5. Okay, anyway. While with Nanite on, enable on that particular mesh, and consider also I did the stupid thing of using complex collision to simple, okay? I did it just because I wanted to be annoying and see what happened, right? By smooth, flattened ramp, erosion, hydro, noise, the top visibility. This seems to be pretty much the same. A mirror, I don't remember if it was there. Brush type, alpha brush. Pattern brush, brush fall off, tool setting, height maps. Seems to be similar. The UI is cleaned. I mean, is improved, I guess. And I would like to see that cinema. Is the stream still going okay? Because I'm downloading the monster. How can I see a detail of this? I cannot, huh? I remember there was kind of a graph when you were downloading stuff, but probably that was when you are downloading video games, and not when you are downloading. No, there is no other. There is no. Anyways, 1%. It will take forever, boys. I think the UI looks nicer, but it's less readable. Yeah, I find it a bit smaller. So I don't know. I find the overall size of the text to be a bit small. I don't know if you can change it. Maybe there is a setting to change it. But anyway, we are not going to use Unreal Engine 5, for quite some time. So to me, it's just like a kinky thing. It's like a fetish, to say, oh, I want to see it, but it's not really. But it's not really something that we are going to use anytime soon. So we don't care. I mean, it is what it is. We don't really care about it. I mean, no, we care, but we care in the long run, right? Let me try to create a new audio asset, because I was interested in seeing. They said they added a lot of stuff. Let me see what new stuff is here. Animation. Wait. Animation. I'm Office. Animation. Blue. Animation layer. Animation montage. Blend space. This one I pretty much remember all or similar. Artificial intelligence is this environment query. I don't remember, but maybe just because I never used it. Material instance, blueprints, blueprint class, function library, function interface, enumeration, micro library. Cannot keep it open. Editor utility blueprint. This one I don't remember. Maybe are the macro, are the scripting. Foliage actor, landscape grass type, static mesh foliage, FX, Niagara dynamic. Fuck, I cannot keep it open. Niagara dynamic, Niagara effect, Niagara emitter, Niagara function script, parameter collection, no. Gameplay, lightweight in this one, I don't know what is it. Material and texture, canvas render, cube render, material function, media texture, media render, subsurface profile, runtime, virtual texture. Like runtime, virtual texture, I have no idea what is it. But maybe I never used it. The editor utility are in EU4, but you need to enable them. Media file source, image media, media player, media stream. Miscellaneous groom. Groom is the one for the air. Force feedback effect. Curve atlas. It seems there is more stuff, but I'm not sure which. Maybe more, stuff that was plugins. So it was disabled by default. Now it became default. Paper 2D. I think very few people are using 2D with Unreal Engine. I think if you want to go 2D, you probably go to another engine, but Chaos Physics, Material, Chaos Solver. Sounds. Wow. Yeah, this thing is all new, I think. Or most of it is new. New sound cue, sound concurrency and sound attenuation. Sound cue, but if I do sound cue, then concatenator, mixer. But it was something different. I don't know if it's this one. Sound cue. Sound concurrency. No. Sound attenuation. I don't think so. Now, where is the one that they were showing on the demo? What is it? Sound mix, sound endpoint submix, sound source, sound synthesis, dialogue effect, subsurf. Sound class mix, I think, is the old one. Yeah. All this stuff. No, because in the video they were showing I don't remember where is it, but is here somewhere. I need to click it again from our wait. This one. Copy link. Copy link. Copy link. They were showing at a certain point crazy stuff about
Fully in engine by the Aaron Sims creative team using control rig and sequencer. Our linear. We were able to and a rich audio function library. MetaSounds asset type used for every
MetaSound. So basically, MetaSound. Is there a meta? Can I type MetaSound? No, cannot. Meta. Can type sound, but MetaSound. MetaSound. MetaSound is beta. Yeah, you can enable it to see it. You need to, yeah, there is probably some stuff that is still in beta, even in 5, right? So select content to save everything. We don't care. It's just a test project. So we don't care about it too much. But yeah, it's, I mean, it's exciting that it exists, you know? It's exciting that we have the early access and we can test and we can try to convert our levels and see what happens. Now, before using, you know, that for production, I think it still takes a bit of time. Sounds, media. Now the problem is where to find it, because now I enabled it, but moto modular, source bus, mix, legacy, effect, dialogue, classes, analysis. I have no idea where is it. Hello WAS7, welcome to the stream. You imported your Sonic with 500,000 poly. I copied 5,000 times. I didn't lose 1 FPS, but UE5 was constantly at 20 FPS with Lumen disabled. Yeah, the thing that you need to do, at least what I did, you need to go on your mesh, you know, and be sure that you right click on your mesh and you go Nanite enable. Maybe you did it already, but you should do this, right? And if you do it, basically the mesh for what we have seen, like this one, disappears from wireframe mode. Why it doesn't now? Because probably I didn't say when it restarted, it's not saving the Nanite state. That's possible. So let me do it again. Nanite enable. Yeah, you see, it disappears in. Well, not exactly that it disappears. It becomes different. It becomes like a shadow. It becomes like a shadow, so it's rendered differently. So the important point is that you did that, right? But yes, if you have a 500k poly copied 5,000 times, it seems to be that, I mean, it seems that it's working, right? Again, it's early access, so I wanted to see how to create this meta sound, but it's a pity I cannot just type something here. So you have to be in the right menu to actually... meta sound, there it is. It appeared now. It's here at the top, meta sound. Okay. New meta sound. Now I want to see this. Input on play, meta sound, input. Okay. Audio to float, bool to float, bool to end. Yeah, it's like creating a... It's like a blueprint. Array, concatenate, holy shit. Basically, they extended the blueprints to... They extended the blueprints to sounds. Mono mixer. Wave player. Get wave duration. Tap 2. So yeah, you basically can create but the problem is that I have 20 FPS before importing the sonics. You have a 1050. 1050, I don't know if is enough, you know, to really use what they did. Crossfade. Yeah, you have a lot of fun. Now, again, also this one, I don't know if you're really going to create, you know, a graph like this to actually play.
Demo. MetaSounds bring the power and flexibility found in material editors to audio creation, providing fine control for authoring procedural game audio. With full
procedural game audio. Yeah, you see, so that's the keyword, you know. So you want to use it if you really need to put, you know, parameters in, right? So if in inputs you have, right, an input which is, I don't know, the weapon power, right? And this weapon power is a float, and then you're gonna use this thing. I hope you can put it in somewhere. It's coming here probably. No. Where is my weapon power thingy? I don't know. Okay, you have to do it like this. You cannot drag and drop it, incredibly enough. You cannot drag and drop it at the moment. But anyway, you can find it here on input action. So if you have your weapon power, you know, and you are actually you cannot branch. You cannot have an if. You cannot branch, You cannot have equals or greater than. So you cannot have conditional stuff, but you can have input. So this one will be, for example, the gain, right? And so based on the gain, you go, right? Something like that. Okay, what else we want to see? Basically, I only wanted to see this thing running. Now, if we had the example, that would be interesting. The problem, I think, is the example will take forever to download, boys. I think we'll take 2 or 3 hours. It's at 6%. So I will take any of you, apart from Gion that said already, but any of you have the example downloaded. It's a pity that they made only one example of 100 giga and not freaking, you know, simpler example of 10 megabyte, but probably they couldn't. Or they didn't have the time yet. Okay, so let's think about our release while we are here. So the good news is that I have listed all the animations that needs to be fixed, if you remember, and actually there are not too many. The animations that need to be fixed are about 12, and the other good news is that I fixed them already. Yay! So all the animations are fixed, and the other good news is that I sent a message to Tua today, and I said, hey, I checked in these new animations that I fixed. Can you test it? And he tested, and he said it is working for him. So basically we fixed the problem, which is great. So in our roadmap, which is not here, not here, not here, and not here. We can test this thing. Yes, the sprint blending. That would be nice. Okay, should we close Unreal Engine 5? It was good enough for you to see it. I think so. We have rocks. We have one rock that is 1 gigabyte on the hard disk. And I don't know. And I don't know. 17, yes. Okay, so no, because wait a second. Meanwhile, it's downloading. Okay, let's start our project. I think I can delete this PS Unreal 2 now, because it was a copy of it, right? Maybe I can still use it for something, but if I need to make destructive tests, let me just check what we have in commit for the main project. We have this one we should revert, this one we should revert, and probably nothing else. Okay, so let me revert this too, so we are in a clean situation. By the way, guys, if you are new to the channel, maybe you can drop a follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. It's always nice. And also, if you want to support our project, we have a Patreon page, which is patreon.com/planeshift. We actually have at the moment a goal of 50 Patreons, and we are at 47. Someone else joined yesterday. Very nice. Very, very nice. One second, I'm just pinning a message. I'm just pinning a message in our Discord. Because we created a new Linux channel. Linux channel, very nice. We have a new Linux channel. You can also join our Discord if you want, where we discuss a bit about Unreal Engine and other stuff. So if you want, you can. Okay, so I reverted that. Now, let's test the... If you've never been here, I can show you the problem I'm speaking about, okay? Because maybe you've never seen our game if you are new. Yes, that's another thing I need to fix. Should be able to see the downloaded sites from the library vault. Ah, yes, maybe there is that other view. Let me check it. I understand what you mean. If you go on the library and it's still downloading, maybe he sees it, right? I think so. Library. I don't know if the library is merged between... no, sorry, under Unreal Engine. I don't know if this library is also the library for Unreal Engine. Yeah, it's 98 gigabyte. It's 98 gigabytes, so it will take actually a bit. GG and gigabyte for one monster, one character, and some rocks. Anyway, this is our game. This is our game. Para. Is the server is still starting, so give it a minute. 98 gigabyte. No, but anyway, I will download it because I want to, you know, check how it runs, you know, at which speed it runs on my machine. I just want to see. Just for fun. I don't know why it's taking so much time. Probably because it's the first time I launch it. Yes. Okay, so the problem I want to ease or fix, I mean, it's not exactly to fix it, but to make it look a bit better in the... to make it look a bit smoother, is the sprint of the character. Because when we are sprinting, the character is pushing so much. No? Let's say that I'm here in the standing position and then I sprint. You see how down it goes? So if I take a screenshot, I think I took it right. If I take a screenshot, look at this. So the angle, you see the angle? I mean, it's too much. I mean, it's insane. Okay that you are accelerating forward, but accelerating forward so much is really too much. So yesterday we were discussing about how to fix it, and Gion provided an idea, which is actually inside. So we're gonna try this now. We're gonna try to launch the editor and change this thing. So basically inside the locomotion cycle, right, there is a part that is merging or blending, let's say blending two animations, the sprint and what they call the sprint impulse, which to me we can even delete, by the way, but is trying to use this based on the acceleration. So obviously at the beginning, So when the acceleration is very strong, because you go from 0 to whatever, is becoming super evident, right? And it looks actually a bit stupid the way it is. Just click on the blend node and set clamp max to 0.2 from the panel. Nice. You tested it already? Clock. You tested it already, huh? Base layer, locomotion. Okay, we are here. Sprinting cycle. You are saying just click on blend node and set the clamp max to 0.2. Clamp max at the moment is 1. You are saying 0.2, huh? We never remember this. We need to type it somewhere. But okay, let's try. Okay, let me check it out, because anyway we will have to do a change. 0.2. But can I avoid this black? I mean, if I delete completely this impulse, because, you know, keeping all that calculation for a 0.2 maybe is not a great idea. I mean, if I can remove a calculation. By the way, boys, if you're working like the people that joined for Unreal Engine 5, right? Are you working on a project? Are you working on a game? What are you working on? Well, let us know. Let us know what you are working on. It's always interesting, you know, to see other projects, other people working on stuff. Yes, whenever you can ever remove blend node link like that. Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying if at the end we keep a 0.2, maybe we can just remove it. Ah, yes, it's much better. He's still doing a bit of a sprint, which I think is nice to see. By the way, this character has few issues. The legs are not properly straight and... Well, let's say that it gives much less the sense of push. So, I mean, I think it was nicer before, to tell you the truth. Maybe I can go, I don't know, 0.4. Because at the moment, it's basically not changing at all. I mean, it's not... Yeah, he's doing it a bit... I mean, he's doing it in a stupid way. Like, when I'm starting from... But you know what? I think it's just because I'm used to the previous one. I think it's just because I'm used to the previous one. No, from idle is more visible because you the acceleration is more, right? The acceleration is more. The acceleration is more. My problem is interspeed increasing, interspeed decreasing. clamp minimum. Sprinting cycle. So let me try a 0.4 and a 10, okay? Meaning that it will take a bit more time to push. Even if probably visually will look a bit weird, but I want to see. I think we need to find a value. Anyway, it's already better, eh? It's already better, because before it was really looking stupid. It was really looking insane. Now I think it's a bit better. By the way, I don't know who pledged on Patreon. Thank you very much. The problem is that Denise pledged. The problem is that Denise, if you are listening, you pledged $1, which is nice, but this doesn't give you access to the alpha. But I mean, just to be sure that you know that you don't have access to the alpha that way, but $1 is absolutely welcome. You're currently trying to make a 2D 2.5D platformer for mobile. Interesting. Do you have any screenshots, or you're still in the early? Are you using you know, the 3D view, and then you make it I think like this is okay. I like it. 0.4, I like it. And also it's not so abrupt. Yes, like this I really like it. Okay, how do we save this? I will never remember. The next time we update ALS, I think I need to make like an ALS change file or something. Okay, let's create let's create yeah, pretty much. Let's create a new filerinos. I think it's way more reasonable. I mean, it's still quite a bit, but it's way more reasonable. I was not looking at her from the same angle though. Wait. Right? Because there we are looking at it from pretty much. But yeah, pretty much like this. Yeah, I think it's a better angle. So no. So from there to this, right? And also I think we smoothed out a bit the overall thingy, so I think it's better. So let me just say how we did it. If I can take a screenshot of so it's basically this thing, base layer. So it's base layer. Then is locomotion cycles. Then is Ray. Then is locomotion cycle blend. And in this blend, I don't know. I don't know if I even need that. Fuck. PDP playing. PDP playing. So we go here. And we go down here. Your hard work gives me motivation. Yes, it's doing this effect to a lot of people. I like that. We can do this. You have just completed. I've just completed the gameplay mechanism like traps and movement and weapon system level design. Ah, so you have the gameplay mechanics, the basic ones, okay. And movement and weapon system, but the level design, huh? Yeah, the level design is okay. So we do what? So we changed this value. We changed this one, and we changed this one. Okay, well, it's not very easy to, but we changed those two values. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna post this on the, because I asked the question on, can we have a black background instead of a white one? No mistakes were made. Okay. Because I asked this question on the Advanced Locomotion channel, but no one answered, and they said we have no idea. But now I'm gonna post it, so at least people know that there is a solution. I'm gonna post it under animation, I guess. Here is the answer to the question I asked a few days ago, to reduce the character rotation when sprinting. By the way, I think I should type maybe at the top when sprinting or something like that, because otherwise no one will understand it, or even me. I will not understand it after I always like to share, you know, what we find, because I mean, it's so nice when you are searching for something and you actually find the answer that yeah, that I think you should always share what you find if you can. And thanks, Gion, for pointing at the right place. How do we call it? Inclination. Can you say inclination in English or not? Is inclination just a feeling inclination or also a geometrical inclination? Because in Italian is also a geometrical one. Yes, it seems that is working also in English. Inclination of character, or leaning, but lean inclination of character when sprinting from idle was really too much. This is the way to change it. Nice. And I will save it as well. I think we will save it as Unreal Engine mission, ALS sprint inclination. Very nice. Okay. And this is the answer to the question asked a few days ago to reduce the character rotation when sprinting. Nice. Okay, boys, I think that we need to so this is resolved. I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to check it in actually. I'm going to check it in. Why not? You know another thing I want to do? I want to do just a very simple background for the compendium window. I think it's so bad that we have a completely black background, and maybe with just some simple GIMP, some textures and shadows and some stupid stuff. Maybe I can create something that at least is not completely black. I don't see most skill books I have. What do you mean by that? If you find a crash, please let me know. If you can reproduce it easily, because I can check on the server side when you crash it, and I can see why it happens. This will be useful to fix it. Okay, there's someone that is speaking about crashes on the server, so if we can... Okay, let me check in this one, which anyway I think is a good one. Under characters, template, skeleton. So we check in this and we say reduced inclination leaning. Can you say leaning? Boo. Of character when sprinting. Okay, this is very nice. This is very nice, boys. So I wanted to check where we are on the release, because I want to make the release now. I think there is nothing left. Well, there is very little stuff left for the new release. I want to make the new release. I want to make the new release. Why I opened the same one? No idea. Alpha 710. Okay, so this was our list, right? Fix the Linux Max problem with the LS movement. This was the one that I mentioned and that we now finally fixed, which is beautiful. So this one we can say done. And it is very nice. I already checked in all the files, so it's really fully done. Now I have to update the credits, and I have to remember Jeremy as well. Let me put a note, but I will remember him for sure. But remember Jeremy. And yes, and so I wanted to have the compendium expansion and the voiceovers. Now the voiceovers are pretty much completed. We are only missing, let me see if he sent me any new files, but no, it didn't, but it didn't yet, but I think he will do it today. Today is time, because he's based in US. And so if he can do that, we can finish also the voiceovers, and I can add maybe the visual indicator, and then updating the credits, and then release. I think we are very close. We are very close. The Dricken plane will be nice, but yes, this one is the one that we added. Sprint character rotation reduced. There is the other one that we did right now. These were like nice to have. So other stuff that we wanted to do, but I don't think we will make it in this release. It's not possible. Text for Homeward. Actually, you know, text for Homeward, I can do it easily. I just need to copy paste it and ensure that is there. Yeah. Text for Homeward I can do. It's just checking that all the text is properly in place. Hey, let's go to upgrade 426. I don't think so. River Lakes with new for system. I don't think so. Dirkham Plain. I don't think so. Okay. So I think these are the last pieces that I can do. And I think we can do them tomorrow. Okay, boys. I think I'm going to go. Is there anything else that you want to ask me or say, or otherwise we can close the stream? I think it was a fun stream on Unreal Engine 5 just to test it a bit and try to understand, try to see at least 1 millionth polygons mesh getting rendered, and it's pretty cool. Hello, developers. Do you want to play? Do you want me to play the game a bit? I mean, I can run around a bit if you want, if you've never seen it. But it's an MMO, so I need to role play with other people. And I need to, I mean, I don't really, I mean, I can make quests. I can show you a bit of the UI if you want, and how you can do things in the game if you are interested. Why not? Why not? So in the game, we have this city, but we also have other cities that are made. So we have different areas. You can basically roam free around. You can go obviously outside of this city, and maybe it's not very visible from here, but you can go outside and there are trees and forest and other places. You have a full inventory that you can use. You can equip items. You can, you can equip like these weapons. You can equip shields. You can equip armor like this, gloves, boots, whatever. You have hair variations, hair colors, and things like that. You can obviously drop items, pick up items. Items have the ability to be containers. So this chest is a container. You can work on the container, you can rename the container. You can speak with NPC. I don't know if we have at least one NPC loaded, but probably yes on this side. You have monsters like this. You can fight the monsters. You can speak with people, assuming that they can speak with you. You have what do you have? You have spells. You have a chat system. Fuck. Fuck. I cannot cast spell. Why I cannot cast spell if I'm a GM? I'm a game master at the moment, no? I should be able to cast spells also if I don't know them, no? Wait. You have a guild system, you have a spell book. I know Life Infusion at least. You have a shortcut bar where you can drag and drop stuff. In theory at least. Yes, you can. You can cast spells like this. You have particle effects. And what else you have? You can manage pets. We have pets as well. Now this character doesn't have any pet. We have a compendium functionality, which at the moment is a bit empty, where you can learn about the knowledge of the game. You have your skills window. We have many skills. We have stats with special abilities at different ranks. You can rank up and level up. We have combat maneuvers. We have magic. We have jobs like herbal mining. You can mine resources around the map. We have factions. In this case, it's not showing up because she has 0 factions. Interesting. Yeah, we have quests, we have progression, we have dungeons, we have monsters, we have... I mean, we have a lot. It's just a matter of... We have about... we have 9 races that you can play, from dwarves to elves, to winged people that in theory could fly, and yes, you can make guilds, you can climb on the edges. Yes, if I'm lucky I can even reach that thing and hang on it. Maybe it's too far. Let me try again. Let me try from here. It's a bit too short. Probably not. It's a bit too short. It's a bit too short to jump on it. This thing probably doesn't have the right... okay, it does. Yes, you can climb this way, so I think we can create some parts of the maps where you can actually climb or find, you know, a kind of a solution to a puzzle, and the puzzle is actually the climbing part. Also, the game is free to play and is released on Windows, Linux, and Mac. So we also have the Apple installer. And what else? You can sit down. You can sit down. We have some animations. At the moment they are not working perfectly, but anyway, we have some in-game animation like greetings and showing your muscles and a few other ones and few towns like that. Now, as you can see, we have a bit of a problem with this character. The position of the legs is not perfect, but I will have to re-rig this character to fix it, and at the moment I don't have the time to do it. But okay, so you saw a bit of our game. If you like the game, please click on follow on Twitch, and please subscribe on YouTube. And also, if you want, we have a Patreon site where you can support us, which is patreon.com/planeshift, where you can support us and get access to the alpha. The alpha, the game that you just saw, is playable right now if you are a Patreon or if you are a veteran player of the previous game. And yes, the previous game you can always download on planeshift.it, and it's for free. You can download it. Obviously, the previous game is now very outdated in terms of graphics and other stuff, so you know. The edge climbing is based on the geometry of the mesh on a trigger. No, it's based on the edge. So I don't have to place any. Anything in the level. So you can climb on anything that is flat enough, you know. But at the end, it's very simple. So the thing that it's doing is just basically, and we do the same with the chair, right? Let me see if I can sit on a chair. Maybe here I can. Yes. So if the character finds, now it's a bit fucked up, but there is another trace that we do, right? Actually, to do it right, probably you have to stay a bit more far, like this. Yes. Basically, if the character finds a flat surface, there are two things, right? There are two mistakes were made. There are two cases that we manage. One case is the climbing. So basically, there is a projection from the front of the character, and then there is a check if you have a surface in front of you which is flat enough, you know, to sustain to enable a climb. And if that's the case, she does the animation. With the sitting is pretty much the same. So basically, from the front of the character, we project first of all an horizontal line to see if there is nothing blocking, because in this case we don't need anything blocking. And then we project 3 or 4 lines, I think it's 4 lines, going down, searching for a plane. So also here we search for an horizontal plane. But also here we check the height. Okay, so we check that the height is actually reasonable. So you cannot sit on stuff that is very, very high compared to your character. And so, yeah, so if you find such a thing, there can be a chair, can be just a ledge, then you can. So for example, here I cannot do it because if I press the Z, it does nothing because there is not enough surface to sit, right? And here it will be probably the same because the surface is too high. I know, here it did it. They say that is high but not too high, and so it did it. But as you can see, then we also have mounts. We have mounts. You can mount some creatures, and you can ride around. Now the animation is not perfect, but you can actually go around with mounts. And yeah, that's something that we can do. Now our world is based on a completely original setting. So you have the lore of the game in our website. So there are actually 9 different races, the male and the female. There is a pretty deep character creation where you can create your character, the background. We don't have a lot of visual character creation yet, but yes, there is all the story, and you can role play your character and such. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. See you tomorrow evening. Bye bye. Yes, it's an old game. It's actually an old game that we developed and we are porting to Unreal. So we did this game already once and we are redoing it. But a lot of the code, at least server side, we managed to reuse. See you boys. Bye bye.